Oh, hang on a minute, I just need to put on my dressing gown. Be right back.
Roger that.
What did he just say?
He had to put on his dressing gown.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay, I'm back.
Is it breezy?
Are you feeling pretty? Oh, so pretty?
Do you have one of those long, pointy stocking caps?
No, I actually wear a kimono, but that's not the point.
And a lantern?
I'm not Scrooge.
Okay, I'm gonna start my stream up.
But I typically wear a kimono.
May I ask why or how this started?
I had an Asian girlfriend
Mommy
that bought
issues?
me a kimono. It's a man's kimono. It's not a female's kimono, but it's a man's kimono. But she bought me a kimono from Japan. Kimono is not a female's kimono, but it's a man's kimono. But she bought me a kimono from Japan. Kimono is not a female's kimono, but it's a man's kimono. But she bought me a kimono from Japan.
Chest? Alright, just doing that.
Who do you think?
Who's doing what?
Fucking Vulture Boy.
No, just smacking.
Oh, that's Chili.
Yeah, I wonder who that is.
Vay, you playing D&D through your tablet? Vay, you playing D&D through your tablet?
No, why would you say that?
I just got an email saying you were. Vay, you playing D&D
No, that's the
through your
screen.
tablet?
No, why would you say that?
I just got an email saying you were.
Read the whole
Vay, you
thing.
playing
They know
D&D
that's the
through your
screen.
tablet?
No,
D&D
why would you say
tablet
that?
top. I just got an email saying you were.
Oops. Read the whole
Vay, you
thing.
playing
They know
D&D
that's the
through your
screen.
tablet?
No,
D&D
why would you say
tablet.
that?
Alright guys, it's a couple
Email
minutes
saying
after
you were.
6. We are going to get started with the
Oh,
second
yeah.
part of our
Channel
journey.
switched.
We are going to get started
Mic
with
check.
the second part
Check. Mic
of
check.
our
Channel
journey.
switched.
We are going to get started
Mic
with
check.
the second part
Check. Mic
of
check.
our
Channel
journey.
switched. Channel
Okay.
switched.
We are going to get started
Mic
with the
check.
second
Shall
part.
I
Check.
just start?
Mic check.
Sure, waiting for you, sir.
Okay, well, our adventuring party had been doing odd jobs around Neverwinter. We was given 2 potential leads after spending a bit of cash trying to get some work. We had some missing exotic animals from a zoo and some missing goblins, labour workers from the dockmaster. We followed the leads that led us to some sewers where we encountered some orcs. Oh, see, now I'm clicking now and I'm consciously aware of it. Cheers, Chili.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
also.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anyhow, we went and investigated in the sewers. I alerted every presence within the sewers that we were there. After I dismissed and vanquished a red dragon, apparently.
With your awesome thievery skills,
That's
I
it,
might
with
add.
my awesome thievery skills. We had the drunken dwarf charge straight in, headstrong. We had Jeff take 2 arrows to the chest. We had Snaggletooth, who was in it for a brief period of time before he quaffed what seemed to be an invisibility potion and then buggered off. We freed some goblins and convinced them not to kill the orcs, which, dutifully, Chili turned into the garrison, who were summarily executed shortly afterwards. So that was a bum deal. We returned the goblins, we got our rewards, we picked up some chests with some loot in it, we laughed merrily all the way back to our base of operations whilst Purist tried to resurrect Jeff and get him stabilised as we scarpered off with the gold. We had our druid who kept on trying to return the animals to the woodlands. We had Izzy who turned up after she had finished collecting her mushrooms or consuming her mushrooms, depending on how you look at it. And we top it all off by myself, Samoro, receiving a letter from an old friend, Bastion. And the events of the letter, as well as my personal history, seem to link the events with the sewers, what's going on with the missive I received, and the events that are unfolding. Did I miss anything?
No, that sounded great. So that leaves us to where our adventures are at this current point. We are in the top floor of the Moonstone Tavern bar in Neverwinter in the city core. And there was some loot distribution going on last week. The party kind of rushed some identifications on some items. There were some items that were divvied among the party. Also, there was a bountiful chest full of herbs and other sage type of items for alchemy. We'll worry about those a little bit later. There was actually a hammer, a bow, a shield, some arrows. Oh, and a two really nice items: a horn of blasting, and also the ring of invisibility. I mean, that is a ridiculous item. So,
Both of those
loot
are.
has been distributed. Is there any actions that any one of the party members would like to do while we are at this point?
I would like to ask a question.
Sure thing.
Can I still have access to the letter? I would like to think that I kept hold of it.
Absolutely. I will put the letter right now back into the journal for you.
I can't be having no
Can
other
you see
bugger
that
get
right
hold
now?
of that letter. There we go.
Do you have access to it now? Okay.
I do, yeah.
Alright, that sounds good. And we will, basically, you guys need to make a decision on what you need to do. You know, there are several options that have been laid out before you. You just need to choose one.
Okay, well, as you know, we got the letter, and as I said last time, that I think these events are linked together from what we've experienced in the sewers and from what Bastion contacted me about. I know we was kind of umming and ahhing what we was going to do. Izzy mentioned that we could go back to the sewers because we know there's going to be the orc contact returning to the sewers at some point, so I don't know whether or not we wanted to go down there and try and muscle out some answers from that guy.
Well, you also have to take this into consideration. Snaggletooth did get away, so obviously, if any, Gibby had mentioned that there was a human that was coming into the sewer room and purchasing, the zoo animals and also the enslaved captives that the orcs had been, selling through the sewers. So, there's a good chance that that option may not be good at this point. Because, Snaggletooth, he's nowhere to be found. And he probably had alerted all of his buyers, I guess you could say.
Yep. Yeah, word probably spread pretty fast.
Do you
Especially
think
through the
that
beggar's
Snaggletooth
nest.
alerted his buyers of what's going on?
Well, sure.
That is just the DM info updating the party as to, what options you guys have.
Alright.
I'm up to suggestions, everybody, as to how we want to handle this. I understand that the auction was initially going to be taking place in the forest, I believe, but I don't believe we have a means of being able to locate where that location was.
I suggest that we get our thief get his head put on straight. Let's get his stuff straightened out so he can be better.
Amen to that.
Well, as you can tell, when I was in the sewers, I've got a lot on my mind at the moment. This is constantly nagging at me, even before receiving letter from Bastion. I mean, this is only going to mess me up further. So I know I kind of let you guys down in the sewers, but I've got a lot of baggage. Not to mention the mummy and daddy issues that I have. But that's another story.
Yeah, God
No,
knows
Lord.
we don't need you messed up further.
I'd like to be able to operate at 100%. Right now it seems like I'm only operating at roughly around about 10%.
Yeah, about like
Yeah,
your sneak chance.
well, it seems 10% is about right.
But what we understand, I mean, if we analyse this, obviously round this table, okay, let's put everything on the table. This is the letter I've got. I should also add as well that in the chest that we picked up, which obviously links these two together, which I strongly believe links these two together, is that I picked up the stamp with the symbol of Rastalin. Now,
Wait.
see,
Is he here?
I believe
I believe that's the
That's
GM's
he.
decision. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is Izzy
No,
here?
what was that again?
Is Izzy here? Because
Izzy-
I think-
Is he?
Is
her
actually
token is here.
she got lost. She said something about picking mushrooms or
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
well, that's not surprising.
I thought that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's because we're so used to her sitting there. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Like when you see that
Right.
right off your eye, and you think, "Oh, that's Izzy." Then you take a double glance. She's like, "Oh, she's not there."
Right?
Alright. Before we go any further, Grego stands up and says, I'd like to address a certain something before we adventure together as a group any further. Down in the sewers, when we were engaging in combat with these terrible creatures, the first thing I noticed is that, now granted, when one of us goes down, it is a very serious issue, and that person should be attended to by the right personnel. But having 3 people run over to one fallen comrade while the rest of us are still fighting an unmatched battle is probably not something that we should do in the future. 3 people, and one of them wasn't even a healer.
Yeah, I admit I did feel personally responsible for what took place with Jeff, because the arrows used against him looked like the arrows I had fired initially. So I did feel like I was in part to blame for it.
Well, that's fine and dandy. I understand that, and I understand where you're coming from, but there was still an imminent threat, and you just went and just let the rest of us down. I didn't want to say it that way, but there it is.
Well, I didn't mean to let you down, but like I said before, Gregos, I've got a lot in my mind at the moment. I'm all mixed up.
Okay, well, you were responsible for, but you don't want to be responsible for a whole group wipe.
Yes,
Well, I was trying to protect you, Vay. I was trying to protect you. I was trying to take the best choice out of both worlds. I panicked in the situation.
Well, let's try not to have you panic in the future.
Well, that would be ideal if you can obviously manage that and keep me calm, because I am on edge. I am on edge.
I will. I'll do my best to keep
Maybe
you
I
calm
can get a
and
potion
keep
for
your
him.
head in the game.
I mean, Vay was doing a good job by hiding me underneath her robe. But
No, my
there's only
cloak.
well, I like to think of it as your robe, Dar.
Yeah, but it
Looks
was
like
the cloak.
Pierce
I'm
is
pretty
waking
sure.
up from his nap on the table.
I just want to make sure that we know that, as tragic as it is that a comrade does fall to battle, we do not need the entire fighting force to go running over and see to his wounds. We have
User
people
joined
who
your
are
channel.
assigned to do such things, and those people should do that, and the people who are not should not. Or an awkward backhand may put you on that list of people who are down. Just saying, it could happen.
Well, Gregor, so I'd like to think that our relationship has blossomed enough to think that if I was to go down in battle, that I would be your number one concern. I would expect you to gallantly come to my side, perhaps clutch me in your arms, fighting back the horde.
You would be severely heartbroken.
Sounds it.
What's up there, Purist?
Hey, Purist, you got our drinks?
He's got plenty of holy water.
I can't drink that.
Yeah, can you drink that?
Well, now you...
Shit,
All of a
water.
sudden, there is a knock on the door.
Who is it?
Knock, knock,
Hello?
knock.
Who's there? Is this a joke?
Well, you answer the door, and it is Gibby. Gibby is out the door, and Gibby comes in. And he just comes right over, strolls over, and sits right in the dwarf's seat. And he goes on and just looks at all of you, and he starts speaking in common. He actually starts speaking in common. And he says,
Hello, everybody. Would you like to come to a banquet? We're having a party for our return back to the docks.
I've got two questions for you.
And all
Give me
of
the-
you
give
are
me the
invited
mouth.
tonight.
I've got a
banquet.
couple of questions about this, if you don't mind, Ghibli.
do what now?
I've got a couple of questions for you, Ghibli, if you don't mind.
Sure. Ask away. Give me
why
those all
why are you
answers.
speaking common? When we was in the sewers, you was acting like you couldn't speak common.
Gibby don't know you.
Well, you felt free to walk right in here.
I talked to a pretty lady with staff. She no goblin.
Believe me, she does.
You come to banquet tonight?
What'd you
Boss
say,
man,
guys?
throw party. Boss man, throw party. We
It's
eat.
free food.
We drink. I don't see dwarf, but there are lots of barrels of beer. Where's dwarf?
And I imagine he'll meet us in there. He's probably already there, to be honest with you. He probably smelt it as soon as it came out.
Right?
Probably missing a few barrels.
So, what do y'all guys think? Party with the Ghibli?
Well, he does kind of owe us one. I mean, I know we got paid, but it's free. Hang on a minute. Does this food
You got
have
paid?
a little mold?
Boss man gave you money?
Oh no, not Boss Man. Boss Man didn't give us money. We got paid spiritually doing a good deed. But back to the question, Ghibli.
He give you Modi food too? Modi food?
Is that what we're eating tonight? Is that what the banquet is? Is it mouldy food?
No. We have good food.
Give me a menu. I've got a very
We have-
particular stomach.
We have boar steak. We have all kind of ham. We have good fruit. Even bread.
It does sound appetizing, people. I mean, I know we've got some issue with, obviously, that I want to address personally, but if we're going on a journey, and I imagine it's going to take us some time, we shouldn't really do it on an empty stomach.
No. And
Are there
exactly
doggy
is this
bags?
banquet? What exactly is this banquet in
The-
celebration of?
Celebration for finding goblins. For finding Gibby and friends.
Alright.
Boss man throw party.
Who's
At our
boss man?
camp.
And who is the boss
Boss
man?
man Jonathan.
This is,
Jonathan, yeah.
The
Dock
dock
Master John.
supervisor.
Yes, correct. Dockmaster Jonathan. He's actually throwing a party for the goblins. So he doesn't have to work anymore. Because this has been a pretty vicious couple days that he's actually had to, break a little sweat.
Right on.
Would this be a good time to ask Dockmaster Jonathan at the party if he has any boats on sale?
He have Boss Man have a lot of boats. They always come and go. We always work and take big boxes.
What kind of boxes?
Just all kinds of boxes.
What do we need a boat for? I don't think I was here.
Why not?
Yeah. Why you need a boat?
To have a boat in case we ever
You
want to
never
go
know when you
sailing.
need a boat.
Right?
Sailing fun.
Yeah, gotta get a couple fishing poles.
We've got pressing matters to address here. We haven't got time to go and dip our toes in the water.
Well, hey,
Well,
Traveling
now,
that boat is
if-
faster than traveling over land.
yeah, if we're going to be going to any place down the coast, a boat would probably be faster.
Gibby gotta go. Gibby gotta go.
All right,
Party's
all right,
starting in 2
Ghibli.
hours.
We'll maybe see you there. We're not committing to anything, but we maybe see you. Thank you for the offer, by the way.
You say, oh, you better show. Doc Master be mad if you don't go.
Yeah, we'll take our chances.
Yeah.
You have all kinds of food. It's good food. Real good food. Probably best food we ever ate as goblins.
Well, it's not a very high standard. Don't worry.
All right,
You
Ghibli,
said you have
show
question?
yourself out.
Weird guy. Talk weird. You. I come to you. What you ask Gibby?
I'm saying we'll consider it. By all means, tell the dockmaster that we will be coming, and we'll gladly see him there. Wink, wink.
Okay. I tell Boss Man. What are you? Don't have no question for Gibby? You crazy. You say you have a question and you don't ask?
I did ask you questions.
Is this a trap?
I did ask you questions.
Is this some kind of trap, Gibby?
No, actually, no. The
Master
banquet
Gibby.
and the ceremony is.
No, I want Gibby.
All right, so you're actually still talking to Gibby. You're not asking
Yeah,
me
that,
a
yeah, that
question
is
for
my
the DM.
character
User
asking
joined your
Gibby if it's
channel.
a
Okay.
trap.
He says,
Gibby! No, it's no trap. We eat. We celebrate.
Can I use my detect deception skill?
"Yeah, make a roll."
I mean, forgive me for being a little
20.
suspicious here.
Oh, no problem.
I mean, that goblin is holding a weapon when he's coming for celebration.
Purist, you can actually tell that Gibby is sincere. You cannot tell that he is lying to you at all.
He's I think he's telling the truth, guys. I don't think he's setting up for anything.
All right.
It's
Well,
part of the real deal.
Did
Ghibli
you
is
say
a
2 hours?
good-natured goblin. I mean, at the end of the day.
Did you say the?
You have, yeah,
Celebration
2
2
hour.
hours,
2
2
hour.
Thank you.
2 hour. You're welcome,
We shall
Tin
see you
Man.
there then.
He's got a bit sassy. You got a bit sassy lately, haven't you, Ghibli? You've really come out on your own.
There is our elf. Hello, Izzy.
Hey, Peach.
Hello.
What mushrooms did you get this time?
Purple ones.
Ooh, purple.
Gibby say bye. Gibby say bye. See you at party.
Yeah. Okay. Let yourself out.
All right, Gibby gives you guys directions. It's actually in it's in the Neverwinter Woods. It's actually in the encampment that the actual goblins live in. Gibby lives in an encampment. It's about 15 goblins or so, and actually, the humans, all of the humans that work at the the docks, they're actually throwing a party. They're just having a big get together, and you guys are pretty much the stars of the show. So they have invited you guys to go to the party.
So
I'm
let
sorry,
me get
someone
this
knocked on the door. I had hide.
I want to get this straight. The goblins, Ghibli and co, live in an encampment in Neverwinter Woods, yeah?
Yeah, right on the outskirts of the wall, basically. It's within protection of within the Never City walls, but unfortunately, Snaggletooth and his band of merry orcs hijacked him in the middle of the night.
Oh, I see. So that's how they got hold of Ghibli. And so that's one hell of a commute if they work down by the docks, I tell you.
It's not too bad, actually. They just follow the wall around to the docks and, just kind of slip around the wall.
Well, it is quite bad. I mean, they're getting kidnapped on the way to work. I mean, that's...
Oh, they were sleeping when they were kidnapped. It was in the middle of the night.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
But, to my understanding, Ghibli mentioned that people were meeting in Neverwinter Woods. Or was it the orc? I forget. I don't speak orc or goblin.
Gibby had told you guys that a human had come in to make some kind of arrangements to purchase the stolen elephants and the tigers stolen from the zoo, and also for some slaves. And that was including Gibby and his crew. So, a time had been set, 2 days, and that's basically when a day or so. I think it was a day before guys were down there destroying shit in a dungeon, in the sewer. So, I don't know if that's going to work out now. Obviously, because Snaggletooth is gone. Snaggletooth was gone from the scene, so you guys, basic common sense here. All your characters realize that Snaggletooth's going to start running his mouth. That his operation is had a stick thrown in the spokes for this period of time.
I'm pretty certain. I mean, obviously, Vey was translating at the time. I can't understand Goblin or Orc to save my life, so I'm not too sure who she was translating for. It was said that the drop-off point for the slaves or the animals was Neverwinter Woods.
Correct. In a couple days. But honestly, do you think that's going to happen now that Snaggletooth is gone and the animals are gone? And,
who knows?
It could happen.
Obviously, if they're meeting in Neverwinter Woods, how do we know that's not a regular drop-off point, or that's where they regularly meet? I mean, how is Snaggletooth going to be communicating with the guys to let them know there's been a hitch in operations? I mean, do we assume that Snaggletooth knows their base of operations and went straight there, or was he waiting in the woods?
Well, there's a lot of underground networks that work together within the Beggar's Nest. You do know that, and you have been informed, while you were, scouring information for the last few weeks to get to this point. You know that there are several networks that do work together. Not just Snaggletooth's band, but several others as well.
Okay, well, guys, the friendly goblin that called Gregos a Tin Man has offered us a banquet of food, and I think it sounds like a generous offer.
I'd like to party.
Hey, we've got one taker.
Well,
steak.
The party has about 2 hours. Is there any supplies that you would need to go purchase? First off, have you guys decided on if you're going to pursue the mines, or are you going to pursue what's going on here in Neverwinter?
Well, I assume to get to the mines, we'd have to go through the forest, would we not?
Yeah, where do we need to go to take care of Samoro anyway?
Samora, his Bastion had informed him that there is a new base of operation for the Grey Wizards within the Sword Mountains.
That's right.
Sword Mountains are about 140 miles away from Neverwinter to the, southeast. So it's sort of like it is about 140, 150 miles. So it's going to take you, it will take you 2.5 days to get there.
How long would it take us to get to Neverwinter Woods?
Neverwinter Woods is just right outside the gate, but you still have 2 days to wait to see if the drop-off is... actually, there's going to be no drop-off now because there are no goblins to deliver, and there are no more animals to deliver.
Well, they could still come there and look for the animals there.
could I bring up one point? You know, the chest that